Welcome to VDG Sports. I'm your host, Vince Douglas Gregory. NFL time. I was reading this article and I came across this idea. It's original. It ended up original, but it started off pretty self-serving. What if the NFL got involved with teams that were ran poorly or had organizations that just didn't have a clue or knew what they were doing? How about they fit in or they do something to help out those organizations so they can put a better product out there on the field? Then I thought about, what about my organization? Couldn't they help my organization out to help them? Then I started to stop being selfish. I said, what about this? What about the teams that are represented in the largest markets? New York, Chicago, LA, Houston, and probably throw in some others if you want, but at least the top four. Then I just progressed that into where I ended up. How about this? The NFL, like the rookie Symposium, where they help these rookies, or they have these classes, they have these things to help out rookies so they know how to spend, and so they can be educated on some of the things that they would have no idea about because they were being put in a new position. Take that and transfer that to all of the owners, whether successful or not. Have something set up. This is how a properly ran organization should do or should be. A course or a class or something to that nature. It can be something that you can opt out of. But let it be public that it's being opted out of, so the fan base of these poorly ran organizations can know that their team chose not to get the help, chose not to seek the help, and so they can be fully aware of how the organization stands. But the NFL can make it so, make it possible, give the tools, put the tools and have it readily available for organizations to know how to operate, know how to properly do things. In a sense, at least they can have an inkling of how to run a football franchise, so they can have just a tad of what success looks like from the inside out. Because apparently too many organizations just don't have a clue. Too many organizations want the help, but they don't know where to start. Too many organizations are just flipping coins and throwing darts just to see where it's going to lead and just to see where it's going to take. And this is a all rise kind of thing. Everything rises up, because this is not to say that these organizations, if they choose to take this information in on how to operate correctly, what steps you need to take, what do you need, what kind of structure you need to form to become a better organization. Even if all of these steps were taken, even if they did everything to the T, or follow the advice of every successful organization, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be successful, but it does mean they're going to be competent. That is the foundation. You build from being competent, and you build and you structure it out. So if we had all of the NFL teams competent, more likely than not, there'll be a better product. And with a better product, there won't be any games where networks and fans would be like, yeah, I know, we got to choose this, we got to watch this, or we got to choose this as network wise, fan wise. We ain't watching that. We're not tuning in. We're not checking in. And the numbers drop for certain matchups. The numbers drop for certain games, because I know everybody say or everybody says that they want to see a train wreck. But that's only for a couple of seconds. That's only to get and see what it is. And once you figure it out and once you see it, you out, you are gone. So to be able to retain the viewers and to be able to retain the people that's tuning in just a little bit longer through the extra games that are going to be provided for us, because we know that you definitely want to get to that big 1-8-18. Having a competent organization starting with the foundation and putting the tools in place so organizations can be competent, so organizations can know how the structure of a football team should work and how it should function properly. That can help everybody out in the long run, because it doesn't necessarily mean that following these steps or having these ideas will work. It just means that the people that think they know what they're doing can really figure out and understand that they don't know what they're doing at all. But then again, these owners and the people that run said franchises, they were able to get where they got because they made nothing out of something. I'm stretching it. Nothing out of something. So would they really be willing and able to take said free advice or said free symposium or said free information on how to run a properly organization? I don't know. But the NFL can and should and could provide this information and have it readily available for franchises to know. This is how you do things. Do it or not, but it's there. The choice is yours. And let the fans know too. Let the fans know. Can't leave them blindsided about how poorly ran and how maintaining the standards that the organizations and the people at the top really want. And I came across that thought. It started out selfish, but it ended up with helping everybody. What do you think? Is it possible? Would it help? Would it make you feel better if you had a poorly ran organization, that there was materials there available for them to at least know what a football person looked like or should act like? Yeah,